We're back in Wylde Flowers. I can't remember what we were doing. I think it became winter. I think I just turned it to winter, or we're halfway through winter. And we're wooing our future werewolf husband. And oh yeah, someone just destroyed the entrance to our coven, so it's going to be very interesting. Let's jump in and continue from where we left off, wherever that may be. I need to summon a storm to wash up a pearl. I need to make some fennel powder. The winter feast is happening in 5 more days. I need to make roasted salmon for the winter feast. I need to go see Amira for treatment. Make a greenhouse. Give cover to Natalia, which I really don't want to do because that's helping the church. So we'll see. We'll see what we're doing. Let's double check. Am I making any fennel powder? Yeah. Right, and what's this storm? I need a flower, which I think I'm currently growing. But no fennel currently at this present point in time. You've been waiting to play this game? You should, Hyphen. It's definitely something that I think you would enjoy. Oh, my little auto waterer.
Hey, Planty. Water some plants for me today?
I wasn't doing much today. You just need a new gem. Oh, and this game race, I just got an update, so now you can do endless seasons. And you get more dialogue with your future. I didn't mean to water the plant. I was thinking it was going to harvest. Welp. Look, my sweet potato's done. Let's go. Bear with me while I'm just going to act confused. Because I am confused for the next little bit. Add some fennel. Fennel. Gotta figure out what I've been doing. And fennel. We'll just keep adding fennel to everywhere. This is all good. Buddy, you didn't even finish these flowers up here. What are you doing? Oh yeah, and I'm trying to get a cow. I just want to paddle my chickens. Good job, Beatrix the chicken. Give Layla the chicken a little pat as well. But yeah, forgive me while I just wander around being very confused. As I said, I am very confused. I forgot I had a cow! I got a little baby calf. Hello. You're so cute. Oh yeah, and we're supposed to be getting a field? I thought he was supposed to be building that. Maybe I forgot. Right, inventory check. Do I have the fish? I do not have the fish. Right, we gotta go fishing. Because we've only got a certain amount of time before the festival starts. And it's not like I can make the storm any quicker because I'm growing the flower that it needs. So it's now just fishing. Right here. Yeah, we use a worm. That'll work. Maybe. Please let me know about audio and everything like that. Again, I did update all my audio settings over the break. So who knows if they're going to work or not. That's annoying. That has no more fish in it. Right, wait, I need to go see a mirror. There's no point in me fishing if I don't have any energy.
Is it
I can make peanut brittle! I just didn't want to listen to her announce that. I keep forgetting that this game voice acts. Alright, let's run to town. I love the start of a new season because I've got so much to do. I also don't like the start of a new season because I've got so much to do. Do I have...
my pa's old village.
I'm sorry, I totally interrupted you. I have no iron. Right, need to go to the mines as well. I wonder if I don't give it the materials by the time the winter feast starts, do I get a pass out of that quest? Oh, Sophia, I'm so sorry.
I'm exhausted. And to think, I believed that moving here would mean a slower paced life. I feel like I have to work even harder because I'm the only one responsible for the whole town's health.
You do seem really busy.
One woman I dated said I used work as an excuse to not get close to anyone. She just didn't understand the pressure.
Ooh, okay. See, no, your ex doesn't have a point. You should take some time off because if you become unwell, that's more detrimental to the whole town than taking time off. I just know that you won't because it's how you are as a person. You just keep working and working and working because you want that pressure to not let anybody down. But also maybe it was her. She just, couldn't accept that someone had a really pressuring job. I'm gonna say maybe take some time off for the whole entire fact. Like you need to take a break so that you don't end up not well.
I think you should forget about making someone else happy until you've taken care of yourself a little bit. You're working too hard.
That's a thoughtful point. I'm not really used to putting myself first, though. Thanks for letting me vent. I feel like taking a day off soon. But like a real day off, not paying bills and doing laundry. Maybe if you're free, we could get a drink sometime?
We're intimate friends, guys. But also fix me up.
What did I say? Did I say get enough rest?
Yes.
And did you do that?
I might not have.
Then from now on, you'll get enough rest. Will you be growing some pomegranates in your garden this winter? My family always eats them on the longest night of the year.
Ma'am, I've got pomegranates in my inventory right now, so if you need them, let me know. Also take that break. Right. Very quickly, what else do I need for this salmon dish? So I want to make sure that I've got everything that I need. Where is it? Oh boy. Looking for the salmon dish. Oh, what is that? Spinach. Right. I hope I'm growing spinach on the farm. I hope I'm growing spinach. Mito! How are you? It's so good to see you. Does that say Happy New Year or something along those lines? Yay! I'm not gonna butcher it this time. I'll just look at it and just like try and figure out what it says. I'm very well, thank you so much for asking. And how are you? Did you have a good break? Have a good holidays if you do celebrate. We're fishing.
Gotcha!
Sorry, I'm just snoozing the upcoming ad because we just recently had a break. Bear with me, friends. Alright. No, I don't want any more daces. I'm gonna have to keep fishing. So I'm not gonna get my salmon otherwise. Beer and movies? So, what movies did you watch? It sounds delightful though. Beer and movies. It doesn't it? Sounds like a fantastic day. So relaxing. Am I fishing items not going down? Definitely this salmon looking fish is going to be my salmon. Yeah, this guy. You don't remember what you saw? Fair enough. Yes! Salmon! Good. Salmon down. We need fennel, which we're growing, and spinach, which we're hopefully growing. We should be growing. But I'm gonna grab iron. Oh, I should next time also go to...
Well, I didn't expect to see you here.
Tara, you've caught me at the end of my little expedition. I'm terribly intrigued by Fairhaven's history, so I wanted to know if I could find any clues to its people in the mine. Besides, I dated a fellow grad student. She was a geologist for a bit, and she took me on cave exploration dates. Though, perhaps people who aren't earth science grad students wouldn't find caving enjoyable? What do you think?
It's unconventional, but cool.
I never thought of caving as a date activity. But it sure would make a unique date.
It does, I assure you. I haven't been in a serious relationship for quite a while, but I enjoy thinking about one-of-a-kind dates. They're such a delightful way to get to know another person. In fact, maybe you and I could...
We could what?
do absolutely nothing. Would you look at the time? I've got to head out.
Give a?
Giver, you and I can absolutely 100% do absolutely nothing together. That's fine. Mater, I have missed you so much as well. I'm glad that you're here today. For the first stream back, I'm really glad that you're here. It's so nice to see such friendly faces. Yes, that's such a cute little. That's one of your emote side quests. Oh my goodness, it's adorable. It's so cute. I love his little bear. Oh. Yep, totally cute. Just gonna very quickly see if I can get some iron ore. And I'm gonna use sand as well for all the glass that I'm gonna need. My other thought was I forgot that I needed to maybe go back to Parker to double check he's doing my my grass field. Eldritch God, a drunk Eldritch God. Yeah, 100%. 10 out of 10. Yes. It is a 10 out of 10. I need to go down to the basic levels in order to get the ore that I need. So what did everyone get for the holidays, if you guys celebrate the holidays in the terms of gift giving? Did anyone get anything awesome, exciting, unique? I find emotes so hard to think about, like to decide what I want. Like, I want to get some more soonish, but I also don't know what to get. It really depends on like the style that you're going for. I feel like you did get a puppy. He's a very, very cute puppy. Has he been good today? Oh, Hyphen, that sounds oh so adorable. What color is he? I want a plushie. I got a whole lot of bullet journaling stuff. So my parents gave me some stamps and some washi tape. I also got some clothes. And Bal got me a journal.
Should I go to bed?
As well, which I'm like, hey. Ooh, a super comfy gaming chair. I did hear that. I'm glad that it is super, super comfy. It's a pink axolotl, the best color. The best color for an axolotl. Hi. Sorry, buddy. I didn't realize you were out of food. He didn't eat your shoelaces? Congratulations. It is so cute. It is. And is it azure latte? Is that how you'd say it? It has an adorable derpy smile. Have you posted a picture of the cuteness? Yeah, you're right. I'm so silly, of course. Aho latte. I forgot. The J is silent. Is not the smartest tool in the TED. Or shed, for that matter. Right, kimchi is still going. You definitely do need to. I would love to see it. Mostly so I can go, no, but in person, like looking at the picture. Well, that's gonna be expensive, but I want it. Oh, hello. What have you got to say for yourself?
I don't mind the snow, but Francis hates being cold, which means I just get more couch snuggles. I know he's using me for my body heat, but I don't mind.
Couch snuggles are 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Francis, it turns out that you're giving plenty of couch snuggles now that it's cold. Can I join? Not that I am after like married men, but you know, I'm sad.
Last year, Angus handled our contribution to the winter feast. This year, I'm thinking maybe I could make something too. The kitchen may be Angus's domain, but I have some tricks up my sleeve.
I think you would make something wonderful, Francis. Sorry, I've discovered that since I've changed my microphone settings to these new settings, I can't drink water without it completely coming through the mic, so I have to mute myself. So there's going to be a whole lot more chance that I'm going to accidentally mute myself for majority of the stream, and I'm really worried about it. Sorry, whoops. I'm back.
One of my suppliers was so backed up that I forgot I'd even ordered Gerbera daisies until they got here. And since I didn't have plans for them, I made a bouquet and left it on Sophia and Juliet's doorstep. We haven't forgotten about them. I want them to know that.
Oh, yeah, they're having a rough time. I completely understand their desire to not rock up. You're the cause of all of this. Can you just leave town?
I love the feeling of the first frost. It's invigorating.
It'll be invigorating if you left town. No, yeah, you are correct. It doesn't make the j sound, like the words. Yeah.
Mommy says Sophia and Juliet aren't coming to the winter feast this year, but I hope Sebastian makes his mac and cheese. It's so good!
Oh my goodness, hello! There we go, we're back in the game. We're back into some Wylde Flowers. You're playing a few games. Ooh, pray tell. Right, what was I doing?
Violet's giving me grief because I want to make boxed mac and cheese for the winter feast.
Why? Boxed mac and cheese is delicious.
I know. Besides, after what they put Miss Moretti through, this time doesn't deserve any more effort than that. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Sebastian, yes, the shade. Perfect. Finn's going to be disappointed though because he just told me how much he was looking forward to your mac and cheese. But yes, give them boxed. I would love to join one of those streams, me too.
Woo! Snow day! Sebastian said he's gonna help us make sleds out of old skateboard decks. Maybe if we act really excited, we can get Juliet to come outside too.
I mean, you're in school. It's not a snow day. Sorry, Sebastian, I do want to talk to you again, but I want to talk to Juliet, who might be mad at me still.
I was actually excited about the winter feast until, because most years someone ends up bringing lasagna. I'll just make my own lasagna. I'll call it Juliet's Amateur Depression Lasagna.
Juliet, no! Honey, I'll make you a lasagna. I think that might be one of our favorite foods. You know what? I think it is. I think this might be lasagna. I might make, if I can find the recipe for the lasagna, I'm making that girl lasagna because she needs it, you know? Lasagna is so good. Bal makes a very good lasagna. You're playing Cult of the Lamb and I missed it? I want lasagna. It's summer here, so like it feels like a bit too warm for lasagna, but eventually I'll go back out, you know, when it gets a little bit cooler. I might ask Bartle to make lasagna. Oh, were you smarter than a 5th grader? Did you win the money?
I do feel terribly about what happened to Sophia. I didn't expect things to go quite so far. Maybe I could persuade Otto to give her some sort of tax credit. Would that help?
Vanessa. No, Vanessa, that's not how it works. You can't just accuse someone of being a witch, put her up for trial, and then be like, look, we're really sorry for making you go through this. How about a tax credit? Might work for corporations. Don't think it works for the average human being. You're not... Oh, I'm sorry, traffic. Truthfully, I'm not either. You don't blame her? Lasagna's pretty good? Yeah. Yeah. I don't really want her to, like, make depression lasagna, though. That sounds really sad. You lost on 3rd grade? Oh, I need one more dirt. Rude. You know what, that's fair. I never really thought about it that way, me too. Mostly because I never tried to teach a new one a language. Oh, no, don't need to give any flowers. What question was it? If I may ask, and if you can remember. Or if what subject did they trip you up on? Honestly, I wouldn't get very far on Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader because most of the questions are US based.
Giacomo used to insist on doing Christmaka, and he would always get Parker to help him cut down the best pine tree and drag it home. It would fill our whole living room. I never thought I would miss it and the sap that got everywhere. But I do.
Oh, Sophia. Oh.
Billy Lightfoot. That's Thomas's dad. And your grandpappy used to go ice fishing with me. We held a contest once. I tried to go soft on him, but I like winning. I can't help it.
I believe like the nuclear family is like the mom, dad, one boy, one girl family unit. If I'm remembering correctly. But I don't think. I mean, no. It depends. Did it, you know? Was there a sibling? I think did your parents have a sibling? And was that sibling female? Then yeah, maybe there was an aunt, but it's not part of the traditional one. Maybe. That's a very confusing question. Very confusing question. Oh, thank you so much for joining in, Moon. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope that you have a wonderful rest. And stay safe and cozy until I can catch your stream. Or if you do decide to come back, we will welcome you with some more cozy vibes. But yes, definitely thank you so much. Rest up, my friend. I love how y'all are wearing shorts in the snow. They don't change outfits depending on the weather. It's weird. Well, the aunt isn't. Makes sense, but it's a bit of a confusing question. Also, friends, there is an ad happening in the next 30 seconds or so. Just FYI, I'm just going to talk to Damon here while that happens and walk around and chat to a few more people. Hopefully you guys won't miss out on too much.
My ma and pa were asking about
Moon.
Sophia's trial again when I called home. And my ma threatened to fly out here and straighten Otto out herself. Oh man, I don't even like the guy, but I would pity him in that moment. Let me tell you.
Your mother should have flown down. It's afternoon for me, Moon, but it might be morning for other people. Maybe? We'll see. Hey, do you want to go on that non-date?
You probably know that no two snowflakes are alike, but do you know why?
I've never even thought about it, so no.
It's the temperature. Snowflakes are exposed to hundreds of little heat fluctuations as they fall. The chances of two snowflakes experiencing the same fluctuations are microscopic, or practically speaking, 0.
You know what? I've just learned something. I have learned the reason as to why snowflakes are unique.
What's wrong, Mina?
Oh, it's snowing. And snow means I get at least one complaint from a resident about my kids pelting them with snowballs. Usually Otto.
Hey, look, Otto deserves it, though. There's someone sweeping in the background and it terrified me. Damn it.
Hey, Tara, what's up? I'm packing up a batch of ikura on ice to send home to my sister and her baby later.
Do you usually send a baby fish eggs?
Yeah, it's the perfect baby food. All the omega acids for little growing brains. My dad used to make us chirashi bowls with ikura and fresh uni. I'm totally doing the same for my little ones someday.
I bet you'll be a great parent. Just will have to keep the knives up high.
Oh yeah, no doubt. My parents were militant about us staying out of the kitchen after my sister got too close to an open flame and the end of her ponytail caught on fire. I got to dump a glass of water on her head with no repercussions though, so that was awesome. I gotta say, this would be a pretty idyllic place to raise a family. I can see why Hazel chose it. Maybe you came back because you feel the same way.
I haven't really thought about that stuff yet. I'm still trying to get the farm in order.
Well, I bet when the time comes, you'll be a great mom. If that's what you want.
I'm getting hit on by absolutely everyone. And that confuses me. Hey, future husband, how you doing?
One of the few perks of my condition is that I'm rarely cold. Even now, all that extra hair is great for trapping heat.
Oh my god, I forgot he's a fairy.
Oh, I can't wait to drink some of this while reading the latest detective novels that came in.
Yes! Full hearts. Need to comprehend you. Yeah. I don't envy language teachers. I really don't. Like, you're a teacher. On top of that, you have to teach somebody else a different language. It sounds difficult. Very difficult. And then there was me trying to learn French in high school, and next thing my French teacher knew was I was just not caring. So that also doesn't help.
Whew, the smells coming out of Sophia's diner have been off the charts lately. But I think it's because she's spending more time in there than usual, which, like, sucks.
Yeah, the different dialects, the jargon, like the cultural references as well. Like sometimes there's just phrases within certain cultures that you can't directly translate.
Juliet hasn't been coming around as much as she used to. I think she's upset that no one really stood up for her mom. I should have been brave enough to say something. I was just worried that they would turn on me next, and then Juliet would have no one.
This is why it's very hard when there's a witch hunt. Right, what was I doing? I'm waiting on fennel. Yeah, I think that's what I'm kind of... 4 days. Oof. Alright, maybe we'll go back to the thing and get some more iron. Maybe, we'll see. Keep giving that to my... There we go, now I've got enough wood. And the fennel will be done tomorrow. Perfect! When will the spinach be done? Tomorrow as well. Oh, good. Oh, good.
Should I
go to sleep early? That's a good way of thinking about it. Because once maybe you've learnt one, then like confidently, would it be then a little bit easier to then move to the others? Eventually, of course. Alright, we're making strides. Puerto Rico. I know that I'm just like reading like some words from chat, so that was just really weird for me to see. Like, you know, to just randomly say. I knew what I meant though. Oh, definitely. Summon storm. Up the one. Alright. We're gonna be summoning a storm today. After I make salmon. Oh, I'm so close to being able to make lasagna. What do I need? Pasta. You know what I might do? I can make pasta. I might make Juliet some pasta. Guys, I've done it. I made a lasagna for Juliet. Okay. Kitty, please go inside. I'm summoning a storm. You must be out of gems.
Hey, Feedy!
How would it be fancy? Which version of Spanish would you say is fancy? Like, I'm gonna. That probably is me being really dumb right now. Now that I say that out loud. I'm not the smartest individual. Ow! Yeah, I know. I didn't want to. Yeah, I know. I knew what I. Don't at me, mate. I know what I said was terrible. By terrible, I mean really dumb. My brain was just like, I didn't realize like any language could be fancier than the other. They're just all different languages. And then I was like, wait a second. Not my brightest moment. That was not my brightest moment. Hey, look, hyphen. Everybody forgets the capital of Australia. Maybe not Australians, but everyone else forgets the capital of Australia. Because no one talks about the capital of Australia. Alright, well, I'm gonna ruin everybody's day while I'm out here. Yes! Major remembers. It is Canberra. I look so evil. Cool I look.
I call a storm upon the sea to bring that glistening pearl to me. Wow, that worked quickly.
Oh no, I forgot that I needed. What is the capital of Mexico? Don't ask me, friend. I've given up on most of geography. Now that I am not at school. I like it spawned me on the other beach, even though I did the spell over there. They're like, you're being a little obvious. Has the name of the country in it. Oh, is it Mexico City? I think so. Okay, this is getting ridiculous because I'm not gonna be able to too many things spawning in. Yes? Wonderful. With hints, I can get there. I wonder if anyone's going to comment on me on the sudden change in weather. Hello, Kim. How are you doing?
Francis asked me about, like, staging an intervention with Angus about his membership in Cameron's Consciousness Center. I don't think Angus sees it as a problem. And I'm definitely not getting in the middle of that.
No, you're right. Angus does not see it as a problem, even though he should. And it will become a problem if you try and stage an intervention without them thinking that it was a problem.
Dr. Syed said I had to lay off the diner food and actually start eating vegetables. But it's winter. It's like officially cozy food season. And there's nothing cozy about lettuce.
Sweet potato casserole. Try that. I should come to Mexico City? I need to go a lot of places, me too.
Why the long face, Bruno?
Oh, nothing. It's just... The winter feast is coming up, and it makes me kind of wistful. Hard not to think about all the folks not here to celebrate anymore.
Oh, Bruno. Oh, hi, Fan. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're staying safe and cozy. And hope you rest up really, really well. And hopefully I can catch you in one of Ross's streams sooner rather than later. Also, thank you and Ross very much for the gift. You guys definitely didn't need to do that.
There isn't a decent deli around here for miles, but at least I can get Bruno to smoke some lox for me.
Oh, I need to give lettuce, not lettuce, lasagna.
Did you know that some scholars believe the pomegranate, not the apple, was the original forbidden fruit? I've never been able to resist them myself.
I mean, that would make sense because the Greeks have the tale of Persephone, who ended up with trapped in Hades.
Kim came by to give me my assignment for the winter feast.
Oh, really? So what are you making?
Oh, I don't know. I just might cook up a surprise.
Cameron, that makes me sound like you don't agree with what she had told you to do, and you're going to probably ruin it. I don't like this. Oh, I can't get my my thing because it took too long. Anyway, I was making a point of Persephone eating a pomegranate and thus dooming her to Hades for the for the 3 months, and I'm like, that, if you kind of think about it, that kind of.
I just want to go sit in the woods by myself and play guitar, but now I can't. Why, Weather? Why do you do this to me?
Oh, Juliet. Yeah, do you want this as... No. Yes.
Ooh, I love lasagna.
Like Garfield.
Who?
Oh, you know, the sarcastic orange cat from the comic strip.
Never mind.
Yes, it was one of our favorites. How would I say a word with the little N with like a little squiggly on top?
It's a shame you're gonna miss out on all the tastiness Miss Moretti usually brings to the winter feast. She usually makes this dope veggie lasagna, but not this year, I guess.
Shame. Would it be like with 2? Yeah, no, like Nino or something like that? Honestly, I don't know. What was I doing? Oh, I need to go and get an amethyst and essence of hellebore.
I'm never selling my farm, but right about now, I don't blame my mom for joining the rest of our family back at the res in Milkwater. When people in Fairhaven go stir crazy, it's next level.
Oh.
What happened to our gate?
Can't say. In all my years, I never thought I'd see something like this happen.
Someone is trying to break into our circle. The Wraiths aren't the only ones drawn to the Wellspring's power.
Our circle is still protected by the glamour, but we need to find out who did this and why.
Uh-oh. Nino. Okay, I was kind of close.
I got a
Oh, no,
letter
it
from an institute focused on herb lore. They want to recruit me. I love potions, but I'm not sure if that's the right move for me.
I can't believe magic schools are actually a thing.
Girl, they've been around for ages. They're also crazy expensive, so it's like, probably not a real option.
No? I don't know, friend.
It may sound silly, but I'm curious to know what everyone else's familiars are like.
That's fair. Oh, got it? Yes, I eventually got there.
Try to not blow off any arms.
Mind that no one.
Yeah, no, same advice as normal.
Whatever you do, do not allow my children to bribe you into coming over while you're transmogrified. I happened to spot the two of them watching videos on DIY pet makeovers.
Aw, but what if Cleopatra and I want tiger stripes? Oh, or a mohawk.
Bold of you to trust a pair of 10-year-olds with grooming tools, but I don't think Cleopatra wants to look like a Sphinx cat.
Fair enough. I will not let Cleopatra be hurt. No, I have not heard of the little N with the little squiggly on top before. So, Nino. I'll get there. I will not get there. I'm butchering 2 languages at a time today, it seems. Very good. Yay. I'll get there. Big gun. Nina? That was probably... I got it? Yes! Oh, I'm out of coal. Not coal, glass. Sand. Oh, I forgot to go... I forgot to go to get another plant. That's fine. This is fine. Right, so I desperately need to... I forgot to go to here. I'm gonna have some very upset plants. I know it. No worries, side quest. Thank you so much for dropping in. Hope you have a wonderful rest, and you and your family and your dogs stay safe and cozy until I can see you all again. Ah, okay. Right. I'm gonna need 2 time reverse spells. And then I need buy seeds at Perry's. Right. I'm gonna have to write these down and add them to my little booklet of Spanish that Mayito was teaching me. Give me a moment. I cannot even speak English like a native half the time, Aito. How do you think I'm going to be able to speak Spanish? I do appreciate very much the confidence there.
I'm asleep.
Right, mine's today after I've gone and seen Parker to get my hayfield. You've got faith in me? Very much appreciate it. You know what? I've done it again. I gave my little watering thingamajig power crystals, and then he doesn't need it. That's frustrating because it's raining. My own fault for calling a storm.
Mom and I didn't put our names in the gift exchange this year, but Kim gave me something anyway. It's a t-shirt with this cute black bear. He's like a mascot for a province in Japan. I don't know, but I love him.
Kim has such a good heart.
I know he may have been after my bakery once, but now Marty is a man after my own heart.
You're married.
Did you know one of his cows is named Mona Lisa? That's A+ punnery right there.
You're married. No pun should be worth any your marriage.
I offered to help Sophia find a buyer for her place if she decides she wants to move.
Marty!
I still have some real estate contacts back in the city. If you ever wanted to sell your farm, I could help you with that too.
I'm not moving anywhere, Marty.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Marty, heck off.
I'm quite thrilled that Kim volunteered to organize the winter feast this year.
Oh. What are you and Vanessa making?
My father will be making the soft family contribution. It's smoked fish.
Make your own contribution. El Nino. I'm guessing the little boy.
Sebastian and I video chatted with Dad yesterday. It's in the 70s where he is. I'm so jealous.
Right, Fahrenheit. Right now is the thing. I'm also gonna need more seeds. Sir, please give me a hayfield. That'd be swell.
Okay. Should only take a day. The kids don't usually prank us, but I woke up this morning to find a pair of jeans standing straight up in our yard. Emmy and Finn poured water on my pants and then let them freeze outside.
Nice. That's a good experiment. Oh, the kid. Okay. Would that be more like a So, but it would be for like if the would be, what am I trying to say? Would you use that?
So everyone's talking about the winter feast, and everyone says your salmon recipe was always the best thing at the winter feast. I will try to do you proud, Grandma.
Anyway. Oh, Ad. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Giacomo had this way of making me laugh no matter how upset I was about something. Even when he was sick, he would make a face or crack some joke.
I cut Sophia off by accident. Whoops. Welcome back. I never actually said the question because a cutscene happened, so wonderful. I was about to say, so would you use El Nino for like pointing at like in regards to saying that kid, as in you pointing at I don't like using this word, but it's like the only word that I can think of it. Like, is it like a non-gendered term, or is it saying like, for instance, in French, you would put like il in front of male terms and elle in front of female terms. So would El Nino be for like a male-presenting kid? Or would it just as in that kid overall as like a non-gendered term for that kid? That's the question that I'm asking. Sorry, Damon, how are you doing?
It's bitter cold out. I might just stay in my house until spring like a
groundhog.
I was gonna say like a bear, but sure.
Yes, I'm sorry for insulting you. That's what friends do.
Hi, Tara. I don't really feel like talking at the moment. I've got a lot to contemplate.
What happened? I want to know. Who hurt you? I want to give them a high five. I'm never normally so malicious, but I really don't like that guy.
Amira invited me to go snowshoeing on the mountain pass trail. I know we're all supposed to be freaked out about the winter storms, but I'm really excited. I hope it keeps snowing.
Sounds like a cute date.
Hi.
I know that I'm supposed to be going mining today, but I have not.
I gotta say, the gift I went with for Vanessa absolutely rips. She likes silk, right? So I gave her some silkworms of her own.
I know.
Wow. Yeah, that's a really special gift. Very Vanessa.
I know. Oh, buddy, what a legend. Hey, Nina. How you doing? I'm gonna buy some more stuff very quickly.
Going to the spa isn't really my thing. Who has that kind of free time? People without kids, maybe. But the onsen on a cold day? It's a perfect little escape.
Yep, that is also correct. I also don't have the time to end up at the spa either. I might just head... I know that I just spent a whole bunch of time just like wondering where I'm going, but I'll head up to get to the mines quicker. I mean, I could fly, but that's like a waste of flight potion. Oh, I need to make time reversal potions as well. And I need to go see Perry. So much to do. Either you're typing very muchly, or you didn't hear me repeat the question. And I apologize for both of those things. Ah, okay, that's fair. Alright, so that's very interesting. Thank you very much for answering my question. Hey, Mira.
I'm worried for Violet. The blossom we found may have renewed her hope that we'll find Gloria, and it will be all the more devastating when we don't.
Yes, that is 100% correct.
Hey, Tara! So, I've been tinkering with some of those old broken down goblin machines in the mines.
Uh-oh. Did you explode something?
Nah, I figured out what they do. They're gem finders. You see, once we fix them, you can load them up with coal. They'll tell you where one of the gems is hidden in that level of the mine.
Oh, that does sound handy.
All they need is a bit of enchanted silver wire to conduct the electric charge. Then they'll be ready to go. Why do humans deck the halls with holly in the wintertime? Don't they know that's to keep goblins away? Hurts my feelings, to tell you the truth.
Oh, Zephyr. Right, I need woolweed. Right. I'm guessing I need more pearl dust. Bollocks. It's hard to translate something so big. That's fair. I'm so sorry for making you do that. Well, for asking you to do that.
I'm excited for the winter feast. It reminds me of my family's winter gatherings. I wish I could go back for one, but they go on all night. And eventually one of my great aunties would say, Doesn't Wesley look awfully hairy?
Aw. That's fair. Makes sense.
Have you the fennel, witchling?
Yes, here it is. And Perry, could you teach me the charm? Maybe I could place the same one around the coven circle.
And why would you do that?
To block out the wraiths.
Tell me, when the wraith escaped through the stones, did it try to possess a member of the coven?
No, it went after Natalia.
Correct.
But I can't put fennel seed powder around the entire island.
I don't pretend to be an expert at protecting mortals. Perhaps you should speak with your high priestess.
Perry, do you have essence of hellebore?
Upgrading the wand again, are we? I would caution you against venturing too deep into the gloaming, young mini-witch. I once knew a witch. Well, in truth, he was a warlock. The most powerful one I had ever met. He was seduced by the wellspring's magic. He went mad with his desire for more power. Sometimes I wonder if he became one of those lost wraiths in the gloaming. It's a dangerous place. Never forget that. When Wesley first arrived here, he had me attempt many variations on a lycanthropy cure. None of them worked. Now he has stopped asking. Perhaps he has finally accepted the Fae part of himself.
I don't think he has. I think he's very much lost hope. Sorry, I need to actually buy some things from you. Actually, wait, no I don't. You're giving me what I need. I just need to make time reversal spells for other reasons.
Wesley has been doing some excellent howling lately, but it will never be better than mine.
I'm kind of glad that you're all accepting Wesley into your little fold. And I really hope that he has accepted that part of himself. I'll just be very sad if he has not. Alright, very quickly. Wonderful, I've got enough pearl dust. We just need an amethyst. Oh, I needed to buy woolweed. Bollocks! I knew I needed to get something from the thingy. Right, back we go. I keep getting distracted by other things. Man, stay right here. Oh, you don't have it. Where am I gonna get the... it could be endgame content. Fair enough. That's very interesting.
Thanks again for your gift. It warmed my heart and also my stomach. It was so thoughtful of you.
No worries. Thank you very much for appreciating it. I might... If I go here, will I have better luck? Iron and amethyst. Perfect. That's what I want. Hopefully I can remember all of this next time we chat about it. That's fair. I mean, the world is trying to be more inclusive to how anyone may identify. So I can understand when there are speaking countries that have different terms for what's the word that I'm trying to say for that can, well, for instance, with in French they've got the female group term and then the male group term, but if I don't know if there might be one now, but maybe they will have to maybe make one that's non-binary. Maybe I can see why it'll be one of those things now that you would have to explain a little bit more with the way that the language might be changing. But then again, it's the same with English, but there's new terms now for those people. The non-binary term is an inclusion in a way. In a way, it's an inclusion. I know that for a lot of people, it's been around for a while, and generally we use the word they, as in for a group of people. Is generally I feel like I'm digging a hole and I'm trying my best to not. I feel like English is very, this is my opinion, very neutral for groups. So if you're just into a group of people, they look fashionably dressed for like the group, but towards like the individual person, it then becomes not as neutral. But then again, a lot of writing in English, when you're talking in the third person, again, it's like when you're talking in the third person, the word they tends to come up a little bit as well. But I feel like it's not as...
I'm all out of strength. I could eat some food.
It seems, I feel like, this is, again, my opinion, the pushback is coming from those who just don't want to, like the words generally a few people use, like especially like the they them pronouns, people use all the time. They just don't want to anymore. Like they don't want to use it in the way that certain people want to use it. It's because certain people want them to use it in replace. No, bollocks. They want to use it in replace of he, him, and she, that, and she, her, or her, she. Even though that they use they, them in other aspects. That's the way that I see it sometimes. They had no problem using it before, but now they have to use it, or that they are being asked to use it in a more progressive way. That's when the pushback is happening. But then again, It could just be the way that, like, where I grew up and how I was raised that has me influencing that way. So I don't really know for sure if what I am, the way that I'm thinking is correct or not. Alright, time reverse spells, what do I need? Oh, not my amethyst, you can't have that. Got everything. Oh, we need to go back to Zephyr. Yes, exactly. That too. We don't have to worry about
Hey, Feety!
yeah, it's also very neutral that way as well. No, I get you. The is just the. Oh my goodness, Kadabra! We've got so many friends coming into stream.
Upgrade my wand for me.
Oh, happy to. But, I do think you shouldn't venture too far into the gloaming.
I know. Harry already gave me a talking to about it.
The wraiths you come upon may have tapped the wellspring's magic closer to the source, you see. They'll be...
Sorry everyone, I'm gonna just do all the instructions after the cutscene.
I'll be careful, I promise.
Here you go, Tara. Give it a wave. I want to make sure it's well balanced.
It's beautiful, Zephyr. Your finest work yet.
Thanks. I do what I can.
Like storms that make the river sing. Fill my magic from the spring.
Oh, go for it. It's actually the name. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you don't mind. I'll be... So, what was I trying to say? I'll be called... hopefully you don't mind, but we'll just shorten it to Buddha if that's okay. Sorry, Shelby. How you doing, buddy? Getting distracted. And I accidentally mismade his message. Nice. Yeah, everybody, the oh my dog, oh, hilarious. But yeah, it's very interesting how those types of words get translated across. Also, guys, there is going to be an ad in 5 minutes as well. Just an FYI, and also I'm just going to cut off the game for a second while I fix chat because it's broken. You're going to play with everyone's emotions, Kadabra? Okay. You do know my emotions are fragile though, right? You've known Kadabra since 07. And you live in Cali. What is California like? As an all I've got to go off for California is the stereotypical California that I see in movies. What is it like from your perspective? I would like to know. Sorry, Shelby, how you doing?
It was winter when my family moved into new government housing on the outskirts of a village. The buildings had hardly any insulation. The locals claimed our fire just got out of control, but my pa knew how to build a fire so the sparks wouldn't jump.
Oh, Shelby, I am so sorry.
It was so long ago. But every winter, I feel like it was just yesterday.
That's rough, buddy. Can I sell you some stuff? There you go. Alright, bye. Hubbard, how you doing? Where's her cutscene? Like, where am I supposed to go for that?
Juliet's been asking me for fantasy series recommendations lately. I think she feels like she can trust me, since I wasn't at town hall.
She has good taste then.
Yes, she has good taste. Do I need anything else here? Ma'am, do you have anything new today?
I overheard Wesley and Zephyr discussing their siblings and how they miss them. Do I have any siblings? And if I did, would I miss them?
Ma'am, I don't know. That's a very loaded question.
The spiders have told me that someone who shouldn't be out walks through the woods some nights. Now, who could that be?
We don't know. We've got a problem. You love English and you love to try to understand the language. Well, I hope that your studies, and I know it's like maybe informal studies, but I do hope that it keeps going well. I love chatting with you from a purely selfish perspective. I think I've looted that. See, I didn't even know that there was like an agricultural side of...
I just go from work to the Consciousness Center or to Damon's bar. It's too cold to do much else.
I keep interrupting myself with dialogue every single time. See, I didn't even know that there was like an agricultural part of Cali. Look, I learned something new. So a bunch of fields of fruit and veggies. Alright then. See, I don't know. I don't know a lot about America. And okay, let's get some of these. Alright, I've got enough iron for the greenhouse. Just need more glass. In the meantime, I'll go chat with everybody because I've forgotten what I was doing. What am I doing? Oh, I need to probably go talk to the coven.
I heard about the candles you made. Thank you for looking after Juliet and Sophia. I wish everyone treated them with the same kindness as you.
Francis, you're so lovely. Oops, too many escapes.
You'd think working with teeny tiny jewels would translate to Francis having some precision in the kitchen, but it doesn't. Don't get me wrong, my boo can cook, but there's a 50-50 chance of him getting injured. Signature dishes or might need stitches. There's no in between.
Look, I feel like Francis and I are very similar people. I can't cook either. And a Bowl wants me to learn to cook, especially now that he's back at work. And I'm just so nervous in the kitchen. That's a lot of words. There's a lot of words for you two.
Marty's been chatty with me lately. Like, when did we become friends?
I'm not sure he's interested in friendship.
He wants your business.
I'll never be that desperate.
Yeah, never be that desperate. But he wants your business. Oh, I accidentally sold too many. Whoops. I can see how, like, yeah, it does seem easier from, like, a... Yeah. I guess.
Ah,
The beginning of spring will be such a relief, and maybe a chance for a fresh start.
See, Lena, this is the problem. You can't have fresh starts with these people. They just need to go.
Bruno doesn't like to talk about it, but I can tell he's really worried about Otto. Must be strange for your kid to suddenly be someone you don't recognize anymore.
Again, I have a strange feeling that Vanessa is evil and has been influencing him to become unhinged.
Sebastian has been hanging around on the beach a lot more lately. Juliet, too. I get it. Town Square feels like a pressure cooker these days.
Francis and Angus still come into the bar and order double whiskeys. It's nice seeing them enjoy each other's company instead of stressing over the wedding. For a moment, I thought they'd never get married.
I feel like they shouldn't, though. But then I've been complaining about this for the whole time. They just argue too much. Yes, that's what I was trying to say, but my brain couldn't think of the words Buddha. English is so hard to learn. I feel like when it's not when you don't learn it from a young age. But there is so much of the more simplicity to it. In a way.
You know, you
It's all right.
remind me of Hazel's Auntie Vivian sometimes. She and my dad were on great terms. When I was a boy, I wondered if they'd marry. But, I don't think Vivian drank from that kind of beer stein, if you catch my drift.
Oh. You know enough Spanish to get drunk or jumped? I don't know any. Well, I know an itty bitty teeny itty bit from Asia who comes into stream and teaches me Spanish.
Rain, when it's cold, is no fun. It's like a snow day that got tired and went home.
Why are you outside then? I don't know if I should ask that. I feel like I don't know if I should ask if I want to know what that means.
I offered to make something in my air fryer for the winter feast this year, but Otto said it was better to let Bruno make smoked fish. Again, Tara, do you think it's possible that Otto doesn't like my cooking?
Oh no. Oh no. Because we know that he doesn't like her cooking. We know that he does not like her cooking. Both of the he loves you sounds incredibly dismissive. It's like, he just loves you, but he hates your cooking in like an undertone thing. So I feel like if you say either of those, she would know. Or we're going to just blunt out and be like, say, yes. But I don't want to be mean. She just has like I'm going to say clean eating as one of the nicest ways that I could possibly say that. I think it's a nice way to say it. She goes for clean eating. I'm just going to be underveiled and high society. Tell the truth and unlock the good ending. Yeah.
Well, yes, maybe?
I did it. I took your suggestion. She did not like that.
I don't mind the cold. Frozen poop makes less of a mess when you step in it, at least.
Way to see the bright side there, Marty.
Yeah, Marty is definitely, seeing the bright side. Okay, so it wasn't that bad. The translation. I don't want the fish, I want the coconut. That's a lot of, it is a lot of words. I feel very blessed that I know the English language, even though I pronounce it terribly. as like my primary language.
Juliet's been saying she doesn't want to go to school anymore. But you can't just drop out at 12. When I threatened to drop out of high school, I at least had the decency to wait until I was 16. Come to think of it, I guess I should just be grateful that she isn't attempting an ill-advised piercing or tattoo.
You have a tattoo? Where?
Yeah, I'm not telling.
Sophia. However, not going to lie, I think when you were wanting to drop out at 16, it wasn't because your mother was put up as on trial for being a witch and no one in the town defended her. Yeah, I think Juliet's going through some stuff. Sophia is very insightful. You. Oh, I want to destroy you.
Sometimes it's the people who most need to walk the path who are least ready to get started. You have to light the way.
Oh man, your nose is so breakable. Yeah, but I feel like there's not too much difference between Australian English and UK English, other than the fact that there's just less care. There's a lot of different. I feel like there's more difference between Australian English and American English. Mostly spelling. Hey, I'm walking into the woods at night. Are you gonna come and arrest me? Yeah, no, I feel exactly the same way. As a false Australian, listening to two very Australians, I'm just like, what do you say? Oh, this is what happened last time I streamed. We were talking about Aussie slang. So we've got the bodgy smuggler, which is one of my favorite Aussie words. And then you've got things like struth and the bastardization of like nearly everything, like Macca's and Servo, Stevo, Arvo. They're hilarious. We just had to put the O on absolutely everything. We need Faye here. Where's Faye when these questions come up? Because he is very Australian, where I am not very Australian. Like, I'm Australian. I was born and raised here. But I feel like I missed the part where they taught Australian slang. Grouse? Yeah? Oh, we got the fair dinkum. Yeah, that's pretty Aussie. Apparently, this is Bonza. I haven't heard of Bonza in so long. Stubby. Yeah, there's some good ones around. Yeah, the moment that the Australian starts coming out. I don't know what that is, but bear with me 1 second. Chat, what are you doing? Why are you breaking? Sorry, I'm here. Quest?
Never seen a winter like this on the island before.
Neither have I. I worry that we are too few in number to turn it on our own. We've lost so many in recent years. Violet's mother, then Giacomo Moretti, and now Hazel.
There's help out there. if we're ready to seek it.
I think I know your meaning, but we've never had to call a witch to the circle before her powers came in.
Wait, we can call a new witch to join us? Like, on the phone?
No, with an incantation. Perhaps Wesley will have the one we need among his scrolls.
Oh, we can summon a witch. We're getting a new friend. I don't know. False Australian here. I don't know what Trent from Punchy is. I have a bachelor's degree in culture. I cannot be cancelled. That could. Yep. Go for it.
Zephyr finished the improvements on my wand. High Priestess.
I'm glad to hear it. We will need you to be at your full power to face what is to come.
I'm cheered by all the fennel you've grown.
Me too. Perry says it's the best thing for keeping the wraiths away.
That's all well and good, but I'm talking about soup. Fennel bulbs make a mean broth.
Who cares about wraiths when soup can be had? I've heard you so many times before, my friend.
Your grandmother never approved of. And I
talk to you.
I got a letter from an institute focused on herb lore. They want to recruit me. I love potions, but I'm not sure if that's the right move for me.
I can't believe magic schools are actually a thing.
Girl, they've been around for ages. They're also crazy expensive, so it's like, probably not a real option.
Alright, we have to fly back home because I'm not going to make it in time. If you have a bachelor degree in culture, I must have whatever a negative bachelor degree in culture is. I am so unlearned.
Should I go to bed?
I feel so dumb sometimes. New day, new me. Alright. We have a feast to go to. Oh, I didn't buy any flowers while I was out. Before feast though, it is time for me to collect things. It depends on what school you go to, me too. So some schools will, there's like, they can offer French, that's a very popular one. Oh no, I don't have any chicken food. Oh, bollocks. Okay, we got problems. So, French, German, Japanese is becoming a lot more popular. Spanish, Italian. So it's a lot of different languages. And again, it comes down to which school you go to. So, for instance, my primary school taught French. My other primary school taught Indonesian. And then my high school taught French and Indonesian combined, and then you picked which one you wanted to do for year 11, year 12. But where I went to school for like high school, it was very small, so there wasn't a lot of like there was one school, so you only got the choice of the one language. Well, technically the two, but I do not recommend forcing your students to dance between several languages because you get confused. Right, Marty, I need animal feed. Your high school had Japanese and German? Jealous. I mean, I did enjoy French. I just regret picking it as a final class. I should have dropped it before we picked final classes. The Winter Feast.
Nothing keeps you warmer inside than smoked trout. I love sitting inside the fish smokehouse as a boy. Real cozy.
I'll take your word for it.
You could have brought cookies like us, but you brought fish? Ew!
Damn straight I bought fish.
Oh, winter makes me homesick for milk water. Except for the winter feast. We don't have anything like this in Milkwater. Or maybe there was and I never noticed. My family didn't go to many potlucks.
Yeah, it really depends on where you grow up, because again, if you were where I had high school, you only had the choice of one language based on, you know, who was available in that particular area to teach. But if you grew up in like a major city, man, there were so many different schools and such close proximity, you could just go to one and there'll be an option. Or you could do it by correspondence, but learning from a book, like without a teacher, is very difficult.
This winter feast is such a pleasant idea. I came round Cameron's consciousness center and showed him how to make mulligatawny soup. It's not as good as what you get in Mumbai, but we did all right.
Oh yeah, how did you do that without that giant pot?
A few weeks ago, I showed Angus how to make coquito, and he liked it so much that I made another batch for the winter feast.
What's coquito?
Oh, mija! It's a Puerto Rican holiday tradition. Sort of like eggnog, but with coconut milk.
Sounds delicious.
Oh, I tried your salmon. It's delicious. Just like Hazel used to make.
Yay! I did Grandma proud.
It's a relief that Kim handled the roast this year. They'd never undercooked the meat. A few years ago, Kai said he'd do the roast, but he took it out too early. Ugh, imagine trying to take care of an entire town with food poisoning.
Amira, I'm trying to eat.
Oh, Kai, you're so hopeless. You want to learn Japanese? That was up there when I was in as a language that I definitely wanted to learn. I think it still is. I would love to learn Korean as well. There's a lot of languages that I would love to learn.
I love shiitake. Nothing like an umami burst to keep the cold away.
I do apologize if this is rude and insensitive. I do apologize. If we are going to speak Spanish in chat, do put the translation in at some point. Mostly because I can't moderate Spanish. And I'm not saying that I think you guys would do anything bad, but I think I did put somewhere that it was supposed to be an English only chat, and I am bending the rules with me to teaching me Spanish. But just to keep it fair for anyone else, if you're able to do put the English in there, even though I technically won't be able to confirm whether or not it's the correct translation, I would just be doing it on a good faith thing. That would be very appreciated. And again, I'm sorry if that's rude or very annoying. It's, yeah. I just did finger guns at the computer that has chat on it.
I'm trying not to look overwhelmed, but I haven't been to a feast this pleasant in years.
Are you okay?
Yes, just homesick and grateful to Kim for inviting me.
Thank you. Really appreciate it, guys. Oh, Dapper! No, it's not. This is Wylde Flowers. No, I forgot to update my stream tags. Thank you very much for popping in. Mostly because I love seeing you in chat. But thank you very much for saving me and reminding me that I forgot to update my stream tags again. 2023, there's no change in how I run my streams. I still forget to update my stream tags. It's all good. It's cozy in the grove. Technically. How have you been, friend? How was your holidays? Small child, how you doing?
Violet's been dealing with a lot lately, so I told her I'd handle the winter feast for us. I made boxed mac, which is the best food I know. But she's acting mad at me.
She's not mad at you. You've been a good brother.
I like working with my hands, but I've never been a good cook, so I stick to making the booths for Winterfeast. And we get sugar cookies for Emmy and Finn to decorate. That's the Dahl Johnson contribution.
100% Manito, 100%.
Last year, Juliet helped us make snowballs so we could have a snowball fight with Natalia and Angus. I wish she was here.
Yeah, I wish she was here too. But I made her lasagna. That sounds, it sounds, yeah, a little bit regretful. That sounds so much better that sounds wonderful. I'm glad that you had a wonderful Christmas and a good New Year's, despite the next day.
Oh, don't forget to try my sweet potato casserole. Sweet potatoes are like if regular potatoes went out and had a bunch of life experiences. They're just way more interesting. Don't tell my Polish ancestors I said that.
It would be weird if I could.
Can someone confirm? Can someone confirm? Is sweet potato casserole if what he said? Would be like if they had life experience. Sweet potatoes had life experiences. I never had sweet potato casserole. It tastes like pumpkin pie. I've never had pumpkin pie either. Do you know what? I can pass 100%. Interesting.
Ever since my parents went back to Johannesburg, they'd mail me amarula to bring to the winter feast. Hot chocolate with whiskey? Boring. Hot chocolate with amarula? Mmm.
Ooh. See, that's another little. We were talking about it during Crazy Grove, actually. I was talking with Cookie about, like, there's so many different foods that I would like to try that, you know, we don't really have in Australia. And she brought up eggnog. And I'm like, sounds interesting. Sweet potato casserole sounds interesting. Pumpkin pie sounds interesting. Like, we've tried to make pumpkin pie in here, but it's really, really hard because a lot of the recipes that you find online might have changed nowadays. But back when I was like really trying to do it, they all called for like canned pureed pumpkin, which you can't get in Australia. And then of course you had to do all the conversions between US metric and then Australian metric for like baking, and yeah, it didn't it seemed like too much hassle. So I never got to make it. But I think there's now a recipe that I can find from an Australian cook who's made a pumpkin pie recipe. We have our versions of sweet potato, but I don't know if they're the exact same as a Japanese sweet potato, which is different from a yam, which is what I understand is like very popular sometimes in America. So, yeah, we've got our own version of sweet potatoes. They are lovely. They are very pumpkin-like. Here, the ones we get here. Like, you could like interchange them, but a lot of the time if we have like a Sunday roast, we have the potato, the sweet potato, and the pumpkin. How do I make it into a casserole though is very interesting. Yes, there is a difference. but I've never had a yam either. Thank you very much, Buddha, for telling us that sweet potato with butter and cinnamon are bomb, but pumpkin pie is mid at best. I still want to try it though. You.
Everyone says Emmy and Finn are annoying, but I think they're fun. And during the winter feast, I can have a snowball fight with them. That way no one's saying, why is that grown woman throwing snow around like a kid?
Ah, the classic I did it for the children excuse.
I'm never giving you that copper.
Cooking isn't my thing. You have to be so careful, you know? I'm too, chill for that. One year before Kim moved here, I said I'd make Kahlua pork for the winter feast roast. It smelled ono, but turns out I undercooked it.
Oh, buddy. Pot of sweet potatoes. Oh, okay. Very interesting. Whipped cream on pumpkin pie is a must. I will try my best to remember that. When and if I ever make pumpkin pie or have pumpkin pie, I'll ask them for the whipped cream.
I see you brought fish. That's very nice.
Otto, you confuse me.
I told Sebastian he could handle our winter feast food, and he made instant mac and cheese. Sophia should be here. But also, it's good she's not. She'd never let me forget this.
He did his best.
I made steamed cabbage, but no one is eating it. Huh.
Maybe you could add some seasoning next time.
What's wrong with plain cabbage?
You need seasoning, mate.
There's so much snow coming down. Wait. Was it even snowing?
Shelby! Oh, buddy. You don't know what's going on, do you?
Have you tried my caramel milk? It's like a caramel latte, but there's no coffee. Sophia makes the only decent espresso on the island, so...
Interesting. Many different things brought to this, potluck. Very interesting. Having fun. Oh, don't need to give Grandma any flowers today. So I didn't even try. Oh, goodness. Alright, who else do I need to chat to? Anyone else? You. Why you again?
I've gotten much better at cooking. Giva showed me how to make mulligatawny soup. Smell this. Isn't it delicious?
What did you just shove in my face? Is there anything else that I'm supposed to be doing here? Who haven't I spoken to? Is this the whole town? Maybe I can see if I can find Sophia. The one good thing about like feast days is I know where everyone is, so I can talk to them. Knock knock, can I come in? Okay. No, I cannot. Alright. Is that it? Is that the day? Did I miss anything? I don't know. No, you can't barge in. You can't go in. No, you actually can't get in any of the villager houses. Ooh, that's some choice language in chat. Yeah, I think I talked to everybody. Alright, what am I gonna do? What else did I need to do today? I can't speak to Wesley, he's not there. Winter Feast, enjoyed. Fine. I'll give Natalia the copper. Yeah. Actually, no, I'll wait until tomorrow. Then I'll give her the copper. Right, what was I doing? I forgot. I can go get more sand.
Am I sure I'm done with the feast?
Yes. I am sure I'm done with the feast. Marty, I need food for my chickens. Sometimes it's good to keep some secrets. The discovery of new land is one of them. Or just not doing that to people. No. He's out here. Alright, tomorrow. Alright, I'm gonna go to the mines. Mines for sand. Oh wait. No, everything's good. Oh, okay, I'll go pat the cows. There you go, Cadabra, for you. I pat the cat, no, the cow. I can pat the cat too, actually. I don't have 8 Australian dollaritos. Looking for sand. Achievement unlocked, worth $8. Is there sand on this level? There's no blasted sand on this level. I thought there was. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. I mean, you're more than welcome to buy me jeans and a cowboy hat, and I'll wear them for me, but not for anybody else. I'll just let you pay for them. But think of the bright side. Yeah. I want $8 dues. Yeah. You can do finger guns at any point, it'll be socially acceptable. True, right? Yeah. Australia and the US dollar, not great at the moment. Actually, it feels like it hasn't been great for a while now. Shame. $8 for you is a lot. That is fair. Gotta love the exchange rate. Looking for sand, looking for sand, looking for sand. Guys, I found sand. Just in time. Yeah, I'm going. Oh, there's so much sand. Bollocks. I keep forgetting to talk while I play. Mining is just unfortunately one boring but also relaxing. I think I also didn't notice an ad. Whoops. Alright, Betty buys.
Am I ready for bed?
Yes. Oh no! Dun dun dun! Oh, goodness.
Wow! Who ordered the Winter Wonderland?
Me?
Was it me? I'd better go check and see how everyone is doing.
Oh, damn it.
No reason to panic, everyone. She is still a seaworthy vessel. As soon as the ice melts, we'll have the best engineer in Milkwater come over on a tugboat and pull her out into the harbor for repairs.
That could be a while. If my forecast is correct, we could be socked in for weeks.
Now, let's try to remain positive.
Give us right. At the very least, we ought to try and patch the hole in the hull before she takes on too much water.
I'll help.
That's the spirit. You see, with the right attitude, we'll get through this together. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to, check on the town stores.
Goodness gracious.
I'm sure someone tampered with the ferry, but we'll get to the bottom of it.
Or maybe it was just the storm that damaged the ferry?
Terra. The simplest solution is usually the correct one.
And that solution is that a witch broke the ferry.
Exactly.
Right, so who elected this guy? Somebody in town did. Several people in town did, and that's the worst bit. The games, yeah, if it helps, Buddha, this is supposed to be a mobile game. This originally was a mobile game, if that helps with the graphics.
Well, I'm guessing the hot springs are about to get more popular.
Yup.
Well, at least I don't have to worry about running out of ice at the bar.
I think we should be worried about other things.
I still have crocus and primrose seeds if you want any. The crocuses will push their way up through the snow. They're my favorites in a way.
I already have enough seeds from you, ma'am.
I've got enough goods in my storeroom to last for a couple of weeks, but after that, I can't restock if the ferry isn't running.
It's okay, ma'am. I'll provide for everybody. Somehow.
Tara, are you eating enough? Come by whenever you need a hot meal.
Oh, enjoy your World of Warcraft. I'm not allowed to play that game anymore because I got too addicted in my childhood, and yep. So I hope that everybody else who plays that has a wonderful time, because I remember when I played, it was awesome.
I miss you, Grandma.
Nothing to say today, Tara? I'm surprised. Do you want to talk about the Winter Feast or the fact that the boat's broken? I couldn't get into Final Fantasy Online. I tried. It just wasn't my jam. My best friend though, that's their favorite Final Fantasy Online. I play it so much.
I love any excuse for fireside snuggles with Francis, but I'm worried. What if a malcontent tried to sabotage the ferry?
Hey, no one ate steamed cabbage, no. Sophia didn't want to brew the espresso mostly because she was accused of being a witch and put on trial, and no one in the town defended her, so she didn't come to the feast this time. So that's why.
Mom says I'm not allowed to hide behind her store and zap her customers with snowballs. She's no fun at all.
One day you will grow up. I have to believe it, you will.
I don't care if they never fix the ferry. I'll swim to Milkwater. If that's what it takes to leave this place, maybe when it's warm out.
Oh, buddy. It's a long swim. Better start practicing. Yay! That's awesome news, Mayito! We definitely have to organize a time to play some games. But now we can play even more games, which is even awesome. Even more awesome. But please, if you are heading off in a moment, stay safe and stay cozy. It's so good to see you again. And thank you very much for all the Spanish lessons today.
This means we get a snow day off of school, right? Or maybe even a snow week.
I mean, school's good.
Great. Now we're completely trapped on an island with a bunch of people who actually thought my mom might be a witch. Awesome.
Oh, Juliet. Oh no, yeah, Otto's first thought is must be a witch for everything these days. Ma'am, I'm trying to talk to you.
I wonder how my mom and dad are faring on the other side of the Fairhaven Bay. Maybe the storm wasn't so bad over there. I suppose it will be some time before I can visit them again.
See, you seem like such a good person, and then I'm just still like, but what if you're a witch? I need to go get food for my chicken, otherwise my chicken is going to be very, very grumpy at me. It's, you know, deserved, but I don't want my chicken too mad at me, you know? Oh. Hey, Violet, what are you doing? Marty! Yeah, I haven't worked it out yet either. Eventually we'll find out.
The Gentleman Farmer Quarterly says livestock need feed when it's cold to keep their body temperatures up. I can't deal with another cow getting sick.
Thanks for your food. Hey Mira, how you doing?
Okay, stay warm, Tara. The less frostbite I have to deal with this winter, the better.
Oh, no, I've spoken to you already. Alright, we've got stuff that's grown. Wonderful. Before I do that though. Yeah, please. Go feed my chickens. Go feed my chickens? I think my little thing is going to feed my chickens. Alright. Just boing boing. Alright, bollocks. Oh good, no, they're being fed. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That cow. What a beautiful cow. Okay, what do I have to do now? Speak to Wesley. Right. But it is rather late, so I'm not going to do that right now. Oh, my wine's done. Perfect. I'm going to be seeing Wesley tomorrow. I'll see that in 4 hours. That's still going. Perfect. Perfect.
Am I ready for...
New day, new me. Alright, we're almost halfway there with glass. Oh, I feel like I've missed something in chat. Sometimes they do get absorbed in the game. Oh, it might also just be... a conversation between me, too, and... water. They're getting fed. Awesome. Time for me to go to here to do some stuff and things. Damn it, Zephyr. I need you to open your shop.
I really miss my family this time of year.
Do you ever visit them?
Sometimes. I like seeing new places, but home is home.
I am a Scorpio. The origin of my username, I have no clue anymore. I really can't remember. I've had it for years and years and years and years and years. I used it back when I played Warcraft 3 multiplayer online. So do with that information what you will. Oh, you got, God damn it, Wesley. You're not even open either. What the? This is like the worst day to come to Ravenwood. But I remember hearing the phrase "shades of autumn" on like a news article thing, like a news story. And yep, I thought it was pretty. What an interesting phrase, and I'm like, yoink, I'll take that.
I am told the ferry no longer works. Why is this a problem? Can you not simply swim to the mainland?
That's a long swim in very, very cold water.
Ah, right. Perhaps try evolving wings.
No worries, me too. Thank you so much for being here. It's always nice to see you. Please stay safe and cozy, and I'll shoot your message after stream, alright?
Wesley says that most of the humans are worried about repairing the ferry. But why do you need the ferry? It churns up the water near the shore, and the people who ride it throw trash in the water. Best to leave it broken.
No, it's not, Buddha. But I do celebrate my birthday with my mod, so we do a joint birthday around about that around about the Halloween time, just cause we're kind of close together. Great. Now I don't know what I'm going to be doing today. My whole entire group has been thrown off because nothing in Ravenwood is open. Might as well just head to town. Will do. Thank you so much. Yeah, fine. Here, have this.
Been in the mines lately?
Yep. Here's your copper.
Wonderful. I'll get right to work and give this to Messenger Cameron tomorrow. Oh, if you have a moment to stop by the Consciousness Center, I know he'll want to thank you himself. Have you seen that stray cat around? I was thinking it might want a warm place to stay until the storm season is over.
Nope, that's mine. Get your own. You're enjoying Bunny Year so far? It is, yeah. There's a lot who do look into it. It's unfortunately not the. I don't tend to go into like the Chinese New Year, Chinese Zodiac things. I know when the year the animal I was born under, but you know, Bunny's cute. I hope it's a good year for everyone. Honestly, that's all that I hope for everybody.
The ferry breaking down feels ominous. But Messenger Cameron says we shouldn't let it bring us down. That's just what the malcontents want.
What do malcontents have to do with the ferry?
See? That's exactly the right question to be asking right now.
Angus, for goodness gracious. Stop it. No, I am the other way. I am a November Scorpio. But much like me faking being Australian, I am guessing I can fake my own star sign. In the terms of personality. I'm trying my best to be humorous, by the way. I'm not very good at it. I've already talked to you.
Are you going to run out of things to sell, Lena?
Oh, I keep stores in the basement just in case there are regular ferry delays. I never thought it would go completely out of service, though.
Yeah, there should be a backup ferry. Like, that should be a thing.
I hope the ferry isn't busted for long. I can paddle pretty far, but like, not all the way across the Fairhaven Sound.
Oh, that's an interesting study. I mean, the study of anthropology. That's really fascinating. You're a Cancer, Depper?
I expect the lakes will be frozen over soon. Always did love a day of ice fishing. Just gotta find my old auger. It's around somewhere.
You and I are both water signs.
Juliet's been freaking ever since the ferry broke down. She keeps saying we should have just moved to Italy after my trial. As if you can just move to Italy. I've never even been there. And she didn't even seem to enjoy the one trip she took with her dad.
She just doesn't want to be here, Sophia. That's the problem. My cat's only mad at me because I woke her up.
On the one hand, the ferry being out means everyone's gonna be super stressed out. But on the other hand, super stressed out people tend to spend more time at my bar.
Damon, you're not saying you want the ferry to be broken down.
Not like permanently, but maybe for another week?
I am unfortunately not left-handed. I'm not even ambidextrous. And my handwriting is terrible. You're a sweet but moody Cancer that reacts with the moon phases like clockwork. Can't help but side-eye your sign. I'm an incredibly moody person as well. Very moody. But I can definitely say that you are sweet, Dapper.
This is going to be fine. Just don't have an accident that requires an MRI or blood work for the next few weeks, okay?
I'll, try my best not to do that.
Grandma! Oh wait, I can't tell you about the, Oh no, I'm completely just weird, don't worry. I'm not fun for people who try and be like, this, and this, and this, because I tend to, for some reason, it just doesn't work out most of the time for me. Sometimes it does, and people feel very, very vindicated.
You did a really great job organizing the feast, Kim.
Thanks. I felt really weird having it without Sophia and Juliet there. You know what really bugs me? No one else seemed to even mind that they didn't come.
I minded, Kim. Can I talk to you?
Sometimes I go sit by Shelby's fire pit, just to make sure he's doing all right. Now that Hazel and Marcus are both gone, he's the coven's only elder. He deserves respect, even if he doesn't seem to care whether he gets it.
Oh, is that where you're sometimes hanging out?
Oh, I can't wait to drink some of this while reading the latest detective novels that came in.
I do not know anything about like the sun and the moon aspect of astrology. It sounds fascinating, but I'm not like a big astrology fan anyway. I feel like, you know, the little horoscopes that you get can kind of just be very vague, purposefully. But it's fascinating myself. Maybe you took all my Scorpionas, Buddha.
Strange thing. This island has seen plenty of winter storms, but none so bad that they took the ferry out of service. Parker and I will get it fixed. My mom's 70th is coming up, and she's not going to take a broken ferry as an excuse for missing her party.
I can give you materials. Oh, what sun cookie? I'll be delighted to know. Also, welcome back. You may have been lurking, but it's good to see you again. Fair enough. Fair enough, Buddha. Hello! How are you doing? Welcome in, Raiders! Welcome in! It's been such a wonderful day for friends today. Hello! Let me just stop and we can... There we go. We call some of the mountains, like Mount Kosciuszko, Mount Hotham, the Blue Mountains. But I don't know, what do you define as a mountain? I mean, we have Ayers Rock, which is a big giant rock. Maybe that's not really a mountain. That's more of a rock. I called it Ayers Rock when it's supposed to be called Uluru. Ooh, that was not a good move
Tara,
right there.
you wouldn't happen to be growing any tea on your farm, would you? Kai's all out of loose leaf tea, and I haven't had a good chai in ages.
I'm not, but I could.
That would be amazing. Kai said he still has some tea seeds. Oh, but for a proper chai, you'll need a few other things too. Here's my favorite way to make it.
I'm growing tea, don't worry.
Sorry, you're stuck here, Giva.
Sorry? Don't be sorry. This is a researcher's dream. If the ferry is never fixed, I can't return my equipment, so I never stop gathering data. It's terribly exciting.
Another person who's trying to make the best of this. You've been known to hit the slopes? I've only been like skiing a few times, and then I got terribly injured and then stuck in a whiteout, and so I never went back. I'm terribly clumsy and very accident prone, so it was a big surprise that I was even ever allowed to go anywhere near snowboards or skis. Oh, I learned how to make beef Wellington. I feel like I've done nothing this day except for talk to people because Ravenwood wasn't open. Yeah, it's something I can do at the coven today. So I haven't been able to speak to Wesley. Alright, I'm gonna head to sleep.
Am I ready for...
Yes, I'm ready for bed in-game. In-game. Yeah. Someone did at Kadabra. Our Kadabra. The Kadabra that raided me earlier today. Who is a friend of the stream. Who I think It was how we met, Cookie. Yeah, they're in chat. They're around. Well, they were. Buddha's here. If you know Buddha. I could be forgetting and getting everybody confused. But I'm 90% sure. But then again, I have terrible memory, so who knows. Yeah. Ah, yep. Good old Fable. That's happening next week. I'm so excited to go back. I was doing the sneaky mission. You're trying to assemble food. Oh, okay. F's in chat for Kadabra and his inability to assemble food. What are you trying to make, if I may ask? Right, Wesley is not available today. Gosh darn it, Wesley.
Hiya, Tara. Want to see these build plans?
Always. What's your latest invention?
Oh, gosh, I didn't invent this. It's what humans would call an Archimedes screw. Very old.
Okay, regardless of who invented it, what does it, do?
Oh, it pumps water from one place into another. So I figure I can replace the ferry's bilge pump with one of these. That way the ferry won't take on more water while I'm repairing it. I mean, while Thomas, Parker, and me are repairing it. All together.
That's genius. What are you going to make the Archimedes screw out of?
Bronze is best. It holds up real well in salt water. I've got loads of tin lying around to make a bronze alloy, but no copper. Oh, could you fetch me some?
Sure, no problem.
Woohoo! Thanks, I can't wait to get started.
No worries. Oh, I'm one short. Bollocks. I'm so sorry, Delilah. I'm so sorry, pretty girl. That was far too loud. Right.
Violet has grown to look much like her mother. I hope that Gloria will see this resemblance one day.
You think we'll find Gloria?
I still feel echoes of Gloria's magic where it touched the wellspring. I am optimistic.
Where's the hella saucy? I'm intrigued. Ooh, bruschetta. That sounds so nice. It's called Last Night. Okay. Write that down while I chat to people.
Then again, perhaps you humans should repair the ferry. Zephyr won't stop talking about her plans to fix it. She is going to explode my brain.
Zephyr is a handful. Well, something to look forward to. A cookie recommendation in the terms of music. I can listen to it while I cook dinner tonight. Don't be a follower, be you. Exactly. Everybody should be themselves. What's the matter, Pumpkin? I really, really, really want to get a cat cam. Except she doesn't normally stay where she's currently is. So it would be a lot of empty cat cam. But she's looking so cute right now. Hi.
The winter feast was so much fun! And did you see that messenger Cameron made soup?
Uh-huh. With Giba.
Yes! I, didn't know they were such good friends.
Could I give... Sorry, what could I... what do I need to give a toggle of cookie? Oh, could I give it the camera toggle? I don't know. Honestly, never thought about it. I mean, yeah, it's the one that I could press to turn on and off whether I know that the cat's there or not. That's probably a good idea. I'll look into it.
Sebastian asked me why my sweet potato casserole didn't have any marshmallows on it, but it did. I swear. I just turned my back to get some napkins, and when I turned around again, it was like someone had taken a spoon and just skimmed all the marshmallows off the top. What kind of person would do something like that? And how did I not see them?
I have no idea.
Ah, Zephyr. Zephyr was being a sneaky, sneaky little goblin. But that's a good idea. Maybe I could do it. I can repurpose my webcam for the cat. Be worth it. Right? Right. Big stretch. That way you can see her glaring at me.
Did you get your hands on any copper?
I sure did. Have a look.
Ah, this is just what I need. I'll melt the copper down and combine it with the tin straight away. I use a Grimspark family incantation to make the alloy extra strong. It's the niftiest thing. I'd show it to you, but you're not a Grimspark, so take this instead.
Thanks, Zephyr.
Don't mention it, my friend.
Oh, thanks for money. Appreciate it. Also, I love it because at the moment, the way she is facing, she's got her booty right towards the camera. So mostly at this present point in time, if I had it on, all you'll be seeing is cat butt. Have I gone into town today? I don't think I have. So let's go into town. Another day of me wandering around town, trying to find Wesley, so we can get that cutscene underway. Shout out the cat butt. I wonder if he's this way. Actually, I'll double check and make sure he's not at Kim's. He is not a Kim. Oh, he's just sitting right here. Buddy! Cutscene? No.
I'm supposed to live in Milkwater, but now that the ferry's broken down, I'll just have to tell everyone I'm staying with Damon, even though I'd never really stay there. It's the definition of bachelor pad.
You can move in with me. Start everything a little bit early. We'll end up there eventually, my friend.
I think I made too much food for the winter feast. I've been eating leftovers for days. I've made beef stew, beef empanadas.
Are you trying to make me hungry right now?
Sorry.
Yeah, but can I have some though? I'm hungry. I am hungry. You. No, sorry. No, this one. You.
Tara, thank you so much for your contribution to our charity initiative. Natalia said she couldn't have finished the kettle without you.
Happy to help. Besides, who doesn't love soup? Especially the free kind.
Well, about that. You see, I grew up on TV sets. We always had catering tables, and I never quite learned how to cook. But I'm trying to learn. It's just my first few attempts haven't been exactly edible. If you wouldn't mind supplying the first batch of soup, I'll get some more practice in to keep it going.
No! I refuse.
We must come together as a community now. A crisis is the opportunity that the malcontent seeks to sow chaos.
You're such a problem, dude. You're such a problem.
At least Kai lives on this island. I would have gone mad if he wasn't supplying me with tea.
You know what I haven't had today? I didn't have my string tea. No wonder I'm so confused and all over the place.
I really love running the shop, but I wish I could mix things up sometimes.
There aren't more general things you can sell?
If you grow anything I can sell here, I would be happy to buy it from you.
Deal.
gosh, I got so much stuff. Oh my god, I've got so much. Oh my god, look at this. Okay. Yes, money. You remember the catering tables? I'm sure they were pretty big.
I really miss having Sophia at the winter feast.
I'm sorry. I know you two are close.
Well, Dad and I had a killer hangover after. Her omelets usually fix me right up.
Oh my gosh, you would though, wouldn't you? Just stare at it and be like, can I eat some?
Say, do you think Fairy smashed up the ferry? That's fun to say.
You are an enabler, sir.
I'm a pretty breezy guy, right? I can get used to most things, but no ferry rides to the mainland does not feel good right now.
I know what you mean. Tensions are high.
No, you don't get it. I'm almost out of board wax.
Okay, I'm sure Amira is quite happy for that to be a thing.
I heard Kim did a nice job with the winter feast. I'm glad. It took them a while to feel at home here, I think. I hope this helps.
Yeah, but at the cost of you being there, I think she would rather you be there. You just want to body slam somebody through it? You know, that's not my first thought. My first thought of is when can I eat whatever's on that catering table? Not that I've ever been to anywhere that has had like a catering table in a very long time.
I thought Kim did quite a good job managing the winter feast, but when I complimented them, they just muttered thanks and said they had to go. I honestly can't tell if Kim likes me or dislikes me sometimes.
Oh, hon, you don't understand. You don't understand. She's got it down bad for you. Sorry, they have got it down bad for you. Oh my god, I'm being a terrible person. Yep, that's all done. Back to the farm, I think. Oh, hey Parker, how you doing? How's the repairs of the boat going?
What am I gonna do now that the ferry's not running? I was waiting on some specialty woods to be delivered, and my work is pretty much the only thing keeping me going right now.
I really wonder if you could have broken up him and Lena.
Because the ferry's not working, Mommy's store's out of ice cream.
It's the middle of winter, though.
So, is that a bad time for ice cream?
It's not a bad time for ice cream. It's actually not. It's a really good time for ice cream because it won't melt.
If the ferry's broken, that means we can't go see Grandpa at Harmony Acres. I hope someone there can explain to him that it's because of the ferry. I don't want him to think we just forgot to visit. Even if he doesn't remember everything too well, he always seems happy to see us.
Oh, Cookie, no. That I would have been
It
devastated.
bums me out that there's no one else my age on the island. Like, I don't fit in with the kids, but the adults treat me like one of them.
Yep, that age is rough, buddy. Also, guys, an ad will be happening in about 3 minutes. Actually, maybe I can... You know what? That was a really bad... I've snoozed it. I snoozed the ad. But that means the ad is happening in 8 minutes. He has the sweetest of sweet tooths. I used to have the sweetest of sweet tooths. I feel like I've toned down a little bit.
Tara, hey, got a sec?
Sure. What's up?
Your winter present, that's what. I'm your gift giver.
Whoa, what is this?
I was sorting through some bags of my mom's old stuff. I've had more energy to do that lately. And I found a stash of herbs, gems, essences, the works. They must have been from her sanctum. Without you, I never would have found the echo blossoms or seen Mom's face. So, I wanted you to have some of her stash.
Violet, are you sure?
Totally. And if you're still worried, you can thank my mom when we find her.
Oh, Violet. There's so many things happening in town that made me go, oh, person's name. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You gotta keep the sweet tooth in check when there's candy in front of them. How bad was his next dentist visit though? I used to work at a chocolate factory, and as I said, I have a sweet tooth. Yeah, my dentist was so like, you gotta cut down. You really gotta. Like the time that I saw them just before I left. Worth it though. All that chocolate was worth it. I'm waking you up to pat you. Also looked very cute sleeping. I pressed the wrong button again. Alright, no wait, go grab the glass. And then finally, tomorrow, fingers crossed, I can go talk to Wesley to do this this quest that I need to do. It's all I've been hanging out for, really. I mean, I could have slept 2 days in a row, but law, right? Don't yawn. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Pause. Run the break now. Because the cat is getting up to mischief. Back to the game. And step 1. I'm going to see Wesley. And hope I can do this quest. If I can't, I'm going to live it. With a capital V. He's not open until 9. I'll check on the vegetables first. I had a crow. Delilah, please. I know that I can hear you doing something that I know you're not supposed to do. I just don't have the ability to stop you right now. Let's go. Yes, honey? She's yelling at me. I wish you guys could hear her. Then you would realize that I'm not just talking to myself. Right. Plant that grows wild. Oh, okay, so it's not something that I would buy. I have to go into the gloaming, right, and pearl dust. Okay, I need to find some pearls.
I wonder who would want to break into your coven circle like that. I tell ya, if someone trespassed here, Perry would be real sore about it. That's why she got her feathers ruffled when you just showed up last summer.
Fair enough. It's not like I wanted to be there. She only normally, she's old and she'd do a big scream. She just sings you the song of her people. But Delilah normally just talks back at me when I'm telling her she's doing something wrong and I tell her to not do it. She'll just yell it back at me.
Hi, Tara. Need some parchment or maybe some new ink?
Actually, I'm hoping you might have a special incantation in your ancient scroll collection. We need to call a new witch to the coven circle.
Now that you mention it, I do think I saw something like that when I was doing inventory last week. Ah, here we are. You'll need at least 4 members of the coven to cast it round the circle with you. And here's the full list of ingredients for the incantation.
You're calling a new witch? Oh, that will pull a lot of magic from the wellspring. It's unstable as it is. Your high priestess shouldn't act rashly out of desperation. The island has seen long winters before.
Really? When? What happened?
Oh, what happened was a bunch of colonists froze. Their leader couldn't resist the siren song of the stones.
Hey, I've known plenty of sirens, and they're unfairly maligned. It's not their fault some sailors can't steer their ships.
Point is, no one made it out of their camp in the woods that winter. I grew up hearing that story, and I bet Thomas did too. That's why he keeps clear.
Right. And it was the call of the gloaming that brought them to ruin, not the winter. Take heed, witchling.
Okie dokie, I will take heed, don't worry.
You look troubled.
Do I? I'm not. Not at all. It's just my face.
Wesley, you're terrible liar. You are a terrible liar. Right, what do I need for this incantation? Delilah. Essence of gold and a giant lotus. Don't tell me you're down there by the internet. 1 second. She isn't. Good news. Internet is fine. Also, Lena, buddy! Did she give you the same warnings as she did me?
Remember when we used to run a lemonade stand in town and then spend our earnings on ice cream?
Yes. Whatever happened to that old ice cream parlor?
Oh, the owner retired ages ago. Truth is, it's hard to run a business year-round here.
Fair enough. Exactly, Kadabra. Gold, flowers, the blood of the innocents. Of the innocent.
It is so cold in Fairhaven today. I got snow in my boots.
Oh, the snow will stop in a day or two, yes?
I know. It feels like a second to you. But no pain feels more eternal than wet socks.
Well, I should be able to make some essence of gold. I'm 90% sure.
Wesley has been pacing back and forth like an animal, even when he's in his human form. I think he is, what is that expression? Stir crazy.
Oh, poor Wesley. If I knew where his little thing was, I would invite him over. Like, I would chat to him in the special cutscene that I'm supposed to have with him, and then stuff will happen, you know? But I don't know where to find it. Alright, we're now halfway there. Anything else I need to do? Gloaming. Waiting for the tea to grow. Pumpkin soup. Which I don't want to do. Time to go back to the mines. Oh, my beehives are done.
I can't help but wonder if someone did tamper with the fairy. If anyone can fix it, though, it's Parker, and I'll be happy to take a torch to anything that needs welding.
God, the consciousness center of the mind, they've really got their little culty claws in their minds. They really do. mining means it's the most boring part because I don't say anything because there's nothing interesting about mining. What am I looking for? A gem. Getting sand, getting gems. You know, a few good mining songs, lay it on me. I need all the help I can get. Diggy Diggy Hole? I was about to be like, if it's Diggy Diggy Hole, the Yogg's Cast classic. However, I'm not a dwarf. I didn't want to dig this up. I didn't want to dig this up. Damn it. What do I need here? Another ruby. You like the classic version more than the song that they produced? So the one that was in the actual video of the, like that Minecraft episode, or did they do a different version? Because the one that they produced, I can agree, wasn't that great. The animated song was pretty good. I've heard the like metal version, I think. That's very good. Very over the top. Oh gosh, I need to watch all of watch that song again or listen to that song again. It's been a bit. Delilah, stop being fussy. Yes, young lady, I can hear you. She just hears this. I think she's not liking the fact that I'm telling her off. Hello, fellow Coven members.
I do wish you had been able to meet Giacomo. He was brilliant in every way.
Yeah, I've heard many good things from you know, his wife, his widowed wife.
Any good incantation spells lately? No.
Ugh, me either. I'm not very good at them. Potions, though. I'm a killer.
Alright, let me just put that on the list. Anything from Stipendium? Is there one that I definitely should start with, or...?
I had a chat with Ariel about what the fairy folk actually want for offerings. These days, even they have modern taste.
Mind that no one finds your set.
Yeah, they shouldn't be looking under my carpets. There's dust bunnies and an inner sanctum in there.
I brought the incantation to call a new witch from Wesley, High Priestess.
Delilah!
Ah, we will need a giant lotus. I believe I've seen it past the second pillar in the gloaming.
If Tara's going back in the gloaming, I'm going with her.
Very well. Let me know when you're ready, and I will place a keystone to open the second pillar.
I still need to prepare a few things.
We any closer to sorting out who shattered our gate into pieces, High Priestess?
No, but whoever did it left the cauldron and altar unbothered. The glamour must still be holding.
But who outside of the coven or Ravenwood Hollow would have the power to break the gate in the first place?
I hate to bring this up, but it's not just magical intruders we need to worry about. Kiva has a new drone that she's been testing in order to release something called dropsons into the atmosphere.
That must be the secret new project she was talking about.
The good news is she's not very good at piloting it yet. I only know she has it because she crashed it by my house.
That's bad news, actually. If she were to crash it by our circle, she would come in after it. We can't risk it. Novice, you must find a way to sabotage this new drone so that it won't work.
Can't we place a magical barrier to keep the drone out?
Magical barriers would not work against a mechanical device of human invention. We simply can't allow it to come near. You will need Zephyr's assistance. I'm sure she can fashion something that will prevent the drone from working.
Oh, poor Giver. Altu got the monkey, D Luffy One Piece drip, I see you. Shelby's adorable. What a legend.
How do you know that another witch is going to just join us?
The Wellspring has a way of calling witches from all over the world. Sometimes people who move here don't even realize that they're witches, like you. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go.
Let's go. I'm ready to go past the second pillar, High Priestess.
Very well. Novice and Herbalist, take your places on the portal.
Let's go.
Look at all the sparkly flowers! You really are a magpie, you know that?
Alright. There's a few things that we need to look for here. A weed, a lotus, and probably more flowers for her mom. There we go, woolweed. This is what I want. Ma'am, here's your mom.
Sarah, look! Another echo blossom.
No one seems to be taking Shelby's prophecy seriously. Lena and Giacomo just want to keep the town from finding out about us. Arno and Kaya are too busy planning their move back home, and Hazel seems distracted lately. But I can't forget what Shelby said. A daughter of the Coven will be in mortal danger. I will protect Violet, even if I have to do it alone.
There was a prophecy? About me?
Was it about
Why didn't anyone in
you?
the Coven tell me? It really is my fault she came in here. She was trying to protect me.
You can't blame yourself, Violet. It is not your fault. You were just a kid.
I'm going to find her, Tara. No matter what, I need to know what happened.
Yeah, but what is it about you? They said a daughter of the Coven. That could be any...
Ugh, it looks like I'm all out of juice. I'll need to brew more spirit flame to get through here.
Oh, bollocks. Okay, more spirit flame potion. Right, what do I need for that? Oh, so, well, I can do that. But today's not that day because it's very late. We'll just get everything ready. It's gonna have to brew as well. That's the more annoying bit. Am I not a daughter of the Coven? Oh, maybe I'm the granddaughter of the Coven. What about Juliet? We all know that she's magical. I mean, they don't, but we all know. I'll make 2 of these just in case. And that's it for the... Oh, did I check my vegetables? I did not. Alright, yep, let's hold on. Alright. that's the end of the day in Wylde Flowers, and that's the end of the stream in Wylde Flowers.
Should I go to bed?
Let me just back it up a moment. Ooh, I'll try and make sure that I listen to that one somewhat first. Alright, bear with me one moment. Okay. Thank you, absolutely everybody who joined me for today's stream.